And we are live.
We're live. Perfect,
Live
yeah.
and well. Live and
Okay,
direct.
perfect. And now before we actually go live here, give me just like a 2 minute warning. I'm currently panic selling.
Right.
There's a dip and I'm scared. And so I'm out, man. This is it. Packing my bags. I'm out. Man, I bought the top, I'm selling the bottom. It's typically how you make money. So
That's true.
yeah,
Look,
so
man.
just let me know. Give me like 2 minutes before, just 2 minute heads up before like we actually go live for real. And then
Yeah, no, for sure. So, guys, thank you very much for being a part of this. While Brendan here just panic sells everything, and yeah, just basically, just leaves the market, I guess. But no, man. What are we actually feeling like? Look, man, I've been away for the past what, like, couple of days here, 2 days, two
yeah.
days and a half, 3 days. I come back, and what you guys do to the market, man?
Yeah, man. Well, it's kind of a bad omen. I think, as soon as you leave, things just crash and burn. So, stick around, bro. You're kind of like the lucky rabbit of the channel.
Right.
First off, welcome back. We're lost in
Appreciate it.
France,
See, that's the thing, man, because I kind of got lost in some sort of a rabbit hole, right?
right.
And it got
Yes.
me actually all the way to France. And I
Right.
got really stuck in, and halfway through it, I'm like, I gotta come back and let these guys know.
Yeah,
I can't really keep
100%.
all these secrets all to myself, and I came with something, man.
We'll share it, man. Look, we had the search teams looking, phone calls were made, meetings were had, meetings were canceled. So spill the beans, bro.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead. Spill the beans. We want to know. I want to know. I'm curious.
Elon Satoshi Nakamoto. He actually made Bitcoin, man.
Elon made Bitcoin.
That's,
Could
I
you
think, it's called.
imagine?
That would be hilarious, man.
Could you imagine if Elon made Bitcoin and now he's shilling Dogecoin?
Could be, man. Could be. He's just killing the monster he created. It really got too big. Now Dogecoin's where it's at. But look, man, I don't think. I'm just seeing some chat right now. Is the China ban fake news, bro? It's actually not. China's ban is not fake news. There's a lot going on right now in the market, guys. And yeah, man, that's what I think. Yeah, if you want to show the article on your end. But yeah, China's banning financial institutions and payment companies from providing services related to cryptocurrency transactions and warn investors against speculative crypto trading. I mean, this is not the first time, China bans cryptos. It's like the ninth time, if anything. And it always drops, man. And yeah, definitely now we're thinking, well, what are those miners going to do? But, not to cause a lot of fear, I guess, but that's just the reality of it, man. Anything new that comes up like that. Sorry, I feel like I have a lot to say. All
No,
my
no, no,
chest
no,
right
dude.
now.
Spill the beans, dude. I asked you to spill the
But
beans.
that's
Spill them.
that's what I'm saying. No, I think with we've been asking for adoption by the mainstream, by the market, by the stock market, by all these different countries, and we're going through regulations. We're asking for clarity, and that's what typically happens. That this is such a rapid, sporadic market that's been blowing up for the past half a year, I would say. And it's getting out of hand, I guess. Everything is, it's international at this point. It's not just like, and that's the thing, it's just in the free, it's in the limbo, right? It's not just it's like your international waters. We
Right.
don't even we have rules for international waters. We have rules of combat in international waters, things that you cannot push, things you cannot do. And right now in the crypto market, we don't have that. And it's international. There's a lot of, we want all these big players to come in, and all these big players have different interests. They have different, ambitions, and that's what happens. Who's gonna acquire it first, right? Who's gonna ban it first? Who's gonna slow it down first? China's full-on ban. They have their own crypto, currency that they're trying to work on. We're interested in technology, but not necessarily this or not necessarily that. In the U.S., we're trying to push for some certain regulations, and we're obviously saying, look, we want to do it. We don't want to do it fast. You heard the SEC, right? We don't want to do it fast. We want to do it the right way. Now, is this bad? In my head, it's still good, man. In my head, this is actually good. Reaction to
Well,
the
yeah.
market right now, but it is what it is.
Regulation is necessary, right?
Exactly. It is. It is.
Yeah. And so, like, we gotta understand too, folks. I feel like crypto is like a game of Monopoly, except the rules are like constantly changing. So, like you're right, man. We're living in some choppy waters here. And there are some very concerning things. This China, news is real. They're banning financial services for Bitcoin. But at the same time, man, like my inkling, my feeling here is this has always happened. There's always been constant massive FUD since Bitcoin's inception. Like, if anything, Bitcoin has done nothing but historically, prove the FUD wrong. Ever since Bitcoin was a few pennies, a few dollars,
Yeah.
there was constant nothing but FUD. And what has Bitcoin done over the long term? Continue to grow in its adoption because it has such a compelling use case. It's a decentralized peer-to-peer, either store value, or transaction system.
Right.
So look, man, like my feeling is, I think this is likelier than not a temporary issue.
I think so too.
Yeah, the market loves to overreact, and man, if we just take a look at the fear and greed index, the market right now is in extreme fear. Do you think this is well warranted? Because we had a bit of a discussion, but before we went live here, but what do you think here?
I
Like,
think,
do you
look,
think?
I think
Yeah.
this is what it is. Eventually, when something's still not mature yet, trying to grow in the market, trying to become the new thing, it's the new internet, right? A lot of that mainstream adoption comes with a lot of regulations, a lot of a lot of the government trying to really dabble with it, trying to see what they want to really understand it, right? This is the new thing coming up, and I think right now, look, man, we know with the biggest two players right now at the moment, with the U.S. and China trying to actually get a hold of it at the moment, right? And there's actually a lot of politics behind this as well, which we won't really get much into because there's actually a lot more to it than we think. But obviously, look, man, is the fear warranted at this moment? We have arguments to support both sides at the moment. And that's what it is. You even see it even being reflected on the technicals as well. Like I literally have right now on my screen, there's a good like 5 articles saying different things. Some are actually positive, some are negative. But
Yeah.
one of the things, I haven't really fully looked into yet, or we haven't fully looked into yet. One of the things I was reading, because sentiment between trader sentiment and institutional sentiment. We're seeing micro strategy acquiring an additional 10 million on this dip, right? We're seeing on the other side, we're seeing Bitcoin banning it. Then on the other side, we're seeing famous analyst, calls 43K Bitcoin price logical. So this is a good area we're in, guys. And
I
then
agree.
other people saying it's not. So what I'm saying is, and even me and you right now, that 15 minutes ago, we're talking about the indicators being all the way in the bottom on the daily. And if you're looking at the weekly, it's exactly at 50 for the RSI. Exactly at 50, meaning that we're so neutral. Anything is going to move us up or down. And it explains what's going on with all the news coming up, right? Everything is in the limbo at the moment. We need clarity, guys. Fear is, warranted, sure, but also extreme bullishness is also warranted for someone that, So I think the main question right now, man, from my end, I don't know about you, but I think we both agree is this the last stop we're doing? Or is Bitcoin gonna probably move a bit more to the, to actually touch the 40K, or maybe just peak into that high 30K region? So that's something what we're trying to find out right now.
Well, like, while of course it's always possible, further dumpage is possible. The market is very weak. People are scared. People are selling out. What are we seeing though? Smart money institutions like Michael Saylor, they're buying. It's kind of the weak hands that are selling. And look,
Right.
currently we are finding support on the 200 exponential moving average on the daily, right above 42,000, about 42,200 is where that 200 EMA is on the daily. So as long as that holds as support, I mean,
Right.
maybe the worst is behind us. I was saying before the live stream here, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if Bitcoin goes on to have a little bit of a relief rally in the coming days. We don't know that for sure, but that 200 EMA needs to hold. As long as that holds, we might be in the clear. And I also just want to briefly touch on something here with someone, there's a lot of hate with Elon right now. And while the Elon news, I do think is
He's a nice
obviously
guy, man.
causing a lot. That's an unpopular opinion right now, man. You should be
Ah.
careful. I don't know. You've been gone for 3 days, man. I don't think you understand.
No. I've been watching, man.
No, I
I've been
know,
really
I know.
watching.
But okay, all right, there you go then. But yeah, no, man, a lot of hate with Elon. But here's the thing: Bitcoin was very weak even before Elon started tweeting, and I'll
Right.
show you why. Look, folks, look at the daily RSI. Each peak in the RSI coincides with each peak in Bitcoin's impulses here, and we were constantly making higher highs in price action paired with lower highs in RSI. Classic textbook
Boom.
bearish
Boom.
divergence.
Boom. There we
Yeah.
go.
And on a macro scale like that, it's very, very telling. So, and again, each impulse was getting smaller and smaller, constant lower highs, extreme bearishness. But what are we seeing right now? We're pretty much in that oversold territory. We were very, very overbought, and that, that's what caused this uptrend to be weak. But what are we now? Very, very oversold. We're finding
100%.
support in that 200 EMA. So as long as that 200 EMA continues to hold, I think that's our cue as to whether we see bearish continuation or not.
100%, man. And look, I actually fully agree with you. And that's the thing with, I was just also reading more into the institutional versus, the retail sentiment. There's an article here that will also link. This came out 10 hours ago. And I like those Cointelegraph articles, guys, because they really put out, they just compile the information for you. They put it actually even early in the morning. So as soon as I highly recommend you actually checking Cointelegraph and CryptoPanic.com, I guess. Just compiles all the news, but it's very good information out there. But if you don't mind, I'll just switch to my screen real quick. Just to piggyback off the your point with the RSI. You know how much we actually take a look at the RSI, especially at higher time frames, daily and the weekly. I'm looking at the daily right now, and just like you're saying, you can see here if we actually look into the RSI itself, and maybe I'll just take off. I'll just show it. So the RSI itself is this light blue, not light blue, line.
Yeah, light blue.
Yeah. The stochastic RSI is like these two lines, the blue and the red. Now what we're seeing here, guys, is that ever since, if I go back here, you'll see that the top at the 40K, we had the RSI all the way at the top. Ever since the 41K, we've been really heavily overbought in terms of Bitcoin's price. Then we start going down again, and we go back down to the neutral, the 50. We pick back up. We take that as a sign. There's still, not a lot of negative news out there. We go up, boom. As soon as we get to the bought region, Bitcoin starts to go down, but it went down lower than the previous, high we had. So they had less strength moving upwards. Again, we keep on topping at those points, and now we form this channel moving downwards. This downward channel in terms of the relative strength index. Same thing in the bottom here, where we're bouncing off lower levels, right? So we're gaining strength off lower levels. We're seeing buyers coming in at lower levels as opposed to lower strength levels as opposed to higher as we move forward. So now we're back here. When was the last time we were all the way in the oversold region with Bitcoin? Not until like back then in September. And that's when we start seeing actually Bitcoin start to actually move up. So now, in terms of the daily, we're actually extremely, we're below the 30. We're close to the 30 right now, but we're hovering. Is there still room to go down? Maybe. But if you're looking at the RSI itself, right now, the stochastic RSI is telling us that, look, we want to go back up. And same thing here. Stochastic is telling us, look, we want to still continue to go back up. Now we're having a quick stochastic RSI reading telling us that now we want to go back up while we're still on the same level from before. So that what that's telling me is that we're gaining that strength back. We could be gaining that strength back. We could be actually neutralizing all the selling pressure that was going on, and now Bitcoin could be looking for more of a bullish outlook. And it's more and more evident on the weekly as well. We're exactly on the neutral, and anything can happen. So are we going to continue to go back down on the weekly? I don't know. Do we have enough steam? We could, right? But I'll let you say whatever you want to say. But later, I just want to talk about this micro strategy, buying the dip, and this.
Please, go in.
But you can go ahead. I see you pulled out a nice chart.
Well, as well, I can just briefly throw this out there, which is, look, Bitcoin's had from all-time highs roughly a 35% correction. I'll measure it now just to show you guys. 35% basically, right? Look back at 2017, folks. Look at how many times we had over 35% corrections. So look, this is nothing out of the ordinary in a bull market. And just to kind of show you guys where my gut feeling lies, I'm currently in a Bitcoin long. And of course, it's not financial advice. I could be wrong. Bitcoin could fully dump further. Everything in the short term is pointing towards Bitcoin being weak. So of course I could be wrong. But look, I think as long as we hold that EMA, maybe a bit of a relief rally. No guarantee we don't shoot up straight away forever, but a bit of a relief rally, I think, is honestly in the playbook as long as we hold that EMA, daily EMA.
No, 100%, man. I saw another also a question here. Will China stop mining Bitcoin as well then? That's also a question we're trying to answer. That's something me and Brendan were talking about before this. Like, we want to see. There's a lot of thousands and tens of thousands of bitcoins that are in these mining pools. What's the outlook on it with China actually banning that? We know majority of those mining pools are actually in China. So is that gonna have some sort of effect? Could, right? I mean, we don't really have a lot of indication to what that could mean at the moment. We want to see how that clarifies by tomorrow or the next couple of days. But what do you think, man? I don't know.
What was the question, sir?
So the question,
I didn't really hear it.
yeah, my bad. So the question was, where was it here? Will China stop mining Bitcoin as well then?
Oh, well, I mean,
A bigger question: are they gonna sell all that Bitcoin? We
they've
don't know.
done it. They've done it before too, right? We've had Chinese mining pools that have sold off large quantities of Bitcoin, and there's been speculation because China's going to shut it down and they want to cash in. So look, man, like there have been stories of miners in China selling. So um, perhaps who knows, right? Like it's not in their financial benefits. It's in their financial benefit to keep mining Bitcoin because Bitcoin consistently goes up over time,
Right,
but the government, if the government over there doesn't care, like in the Western world, the rich can buy politicians. In the Eastern world, that doesn't work quite well sometimes.
right,
So who knows? China can exert its will. So
100%.
China decides, hey, like this is no go, then it's no go.
Then it's a no go for them. That's what it is, you know.
Yeah,
Do you think they watch our channel, man? Because we can
China,
plug in a
100%,
quick. They are, huh?
100%. Yeah, look, yeah, man.
Ah, man.
Yeah,
Anyways, man, maybe
we're
we can just
bringing
break
the
down this chart for them, man. Maybe they can actually really look into and see, we're some bullish signs, man. Let us in. Let us in, boys.
There are some bullish signs, and maybe we can, you wanted to bring something up on your end, but I think you also briefly mentioned, it looks like we're forming kind of this new descending channel, and we're kind of in the lower bounds of our descending channel. So,
Bro, look, if this thing actually ends up being the biggest bull flag Bitcoin ever, I want credit for it, man.
how funny will this be if this just ends up being a massive bull flag? All this fun, everyone's freaking out. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's just forming a bull flag.
Oh man, everybody's selling, everybody's blah blah blah, and then
Everyone's
boom.
panicking.
I
Yeah,
want credit for this bull flag, man, if it actually works.
dude, this is a descending channel. So if we find our support here, go back up, maybe make a lower high, but just respect this channel. This
Right.
could be a bull flag.
I think so, man. I think so.
Yeah.
It definitely could be. And look, relief rallies are a thing. We dropped again now recently. Maybe I'll show again my chart here if I go to the daily or maybe the 12-hour. You're right, because even if we're looking, because we want to see how we actually. Can you see my screen, by the way, from your end as well?
I'll have to pull it up. Give me a second here. Oh, from my end. Yes, I can. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So this is what I want to discuss with you too, man. Because let's just forget about this channel to begin with as well, right?
Yeah.
And let's
Yeah.
just see from previous, we've been talking about this rising wedge for a while. And for guys, for whoever doesn't know what this is, it's just basically it's a bearish pattern, right? Where it's buyers and sellers are, buying pressure continues to increase, and at the end, you're not having a lot of sellers come in to sell it. So eventually, it just crashes. And you see, as soon as it goes outside of it, it just crashes. And you can Google it everywhere. Rising wedge is a very bearish pattern. But overall, when we're breaking out of this pattern and we're looking at some, maybe traders, for example, or investors, actually, some people like MicroStrategy trying to buy the dip, because they would be looking at, okay, so if we're gonna go back and we know this is a bearish pattern, what are the certain levels that we'd be looking at in terms of to buy this, right? And then it's usually we can clearly see three support levels here for Bitcoin, where we would aim as a target, basically, and somewhere here closer, to the 51 to 50 region. Again here, 55 to 60, 55, 54, I would say here. Actually, not even 55, 600, and all the way at the bottom here, close to the higher 42, I would say 42K. So now we're at that lower level, at literally the lowest of this whole bearish pattern. This is where we typically see recovery happens. And right now, again, we're at a level over, same thing, 41,000. This zone over here, we're going to see some sort of accumulation happen, right? And in terms of just shorting the whole market, And if we're seeing about institutions that wanted to come back in and actually buy this at a sale, they don't want to buy the top. They know there's a bearish pattern, right? They know there's a rising wedge, and these are the levels we could be aiming at. We're at literally the bottom of that pattern, the most bullish area we could be at, and literally the last target that someone who's coming in here, all these traders trying to short the market. This is the conservative, you'd be looking at 50. This one, the first one, a bit more aggressive is this here, but the last end where it's like, oh, you gotta sell your short position is that 42,000 region, is that last one. So we could be seeing that movement, man. And there's some signs, but then again, the news are also getting in the way and kind of causing a bit of that FUD. So
right.
I'm just saying my two cents here.
No, 100%. And let me know if you want to pull up those news stories you mentioned before. But just to
I switch back to your screen, then we'll jump back to that.
Perfect. So real quick here, we have an hour and 3 minutes before the daily candle closes for Bitcoin. So if in an hour and 3 minutes we close above the 200 exponential moving average on the daily, above 42,200, then that's a good sign. And again, folks, just to show you where I'm leaning, I'm in a Bitcoin long. Now, of course, I could be wrong. I could lose money in this trade. But I think as long as we find support above that EMA, then Bitcoin, I think, is overdue for a relief rally, right? It doesn't mean we're going to recover right away, but what almost always happens when we're dumping, we have a correction. We have a dump and then a relief rally followed by another sell-off. Now, if we were to correct now, we would, I think Bitcoin's, honestly, man, we're quite oversold. We're on support. It just makes sense. Now, of course, we could always break down, and we're gonna see.
Just say it, man. Just say it. You're extremely bullish, man.
I'm bullish. I'm really, folks. I'm insanely bullish right now. I cannot buy enough. I'm literally taking profits on my Matic positions to buy the dip. I actually paid myself for the first time in over half a year.
I'm gonna clap for you, man. That's actually cheap.
Look,
first
folks.
100x.
First 100x, I made 100x on Matic. I got in below 2 cents, and it's like $2.50 right now. It's absolutely insane. But bottom, I'm taking some profits on Matic on my first 100x.
Show Brandon some love, guys. Just hit that like button to show him that.
Well, look, honestly, I've been shilling Matic since 5-10 cents, folks. Smash that like button. There's 61 people watching. There's only 2 likes here. Smash that like button because we brought you guys Matic back when it was cents, 5 cents, 10 cents. It's at $2.50 right now, and we're constantly bringing you guys lots of gorgeous setups here, man. So look, do you want to take a look at what you had here? Maybe we can talk about Ethereum after in a minute too.
Sure. Here, so this is what I meant. We're still, guys, this is still happening right now, so again, take it with a grain of salt and do your own research, as always. But as with this whole crazy news coming up, and Elon taking sides and talking about energy efficiencies and environmentally friendly blockchains, which is rightfully so. I think that has been the move for a lot of these new corporations, and they want to stand by it. It's their selling point, so that's what they're pushing for. And that's what I was saying before, guys. The different a lot more adoption means a lot more different interests and a lot more players in the market that are trying to have it their way, and that's how the economy works, and whoever the most powerful wants to have their own share in it. So that's what's happening. But anyways, MicroStrategy buys the dip, acquires $10 million in Bitcoin. That's 4 hours ago. Michael Serio saying, this is what's interesting, because so MicroStrategy has purchased an additional 230 Bitcoins for $10 million in cash at an average price of 43,000 per Bitcoin. So as of today, they hold 92,000 Bitcoins, and they acquired it for 2.25 billion, putting them on an average price. Guess what? Guess what their average entry is?
It's some low.
24K.
24K is the. So you're telling me the average entry for Michael Saylor MicroStrategy is 24K.
Yep.
Yeah. This guy's gonna be
trader, man. He's really trading. I wonder if he's doing this on Binance. But I mean that's a good thing, I guess, right? You got people that believe in this right now, and others that are trying to really see what's going on. But despite the recent volatility, institutions have upped their BTC purchases over the past 30 days. Data from Bitcoin Treasury shows that this is what I'm trying to see. Data from the Bitcoin Treasury shows that institutions have accumulated 215,000 Bitcoins over the period, highlighting a growing conviction from the so-called quote-unquote smart money class, aka Millionaire the Moon. As Cointelegraph recently reported, the recent outflow of Bitcoin on Coinbase also suggests that investors are willing to hold digital asset for a long period. So that's what I'm trying to say, man. Binance is a trader's platform, right?
Right.
Coinbase
Yeah.
is where a majority of investors go, and this is what this other article is also saying. Obviously, with a lot, there's a lot highlighted here. I'm not really gonna go through it, but overall, institutional versus retail sentiment. I literally need a minute here, and I'll just go through it really quick,
Please,
and I'll
please.
let you have it. But so Glassnode's Bitcoin transfer volume data, meanwhile, provided two stark investment perspectives between retail and institutions. In its weekly newsletter, the analytics platform broke down its observation based on the inflow and outflow data collected from two of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges, Binance and Coinbase. So now, this is what they're saying, guys. Binance is a non-United States entity that attracts mostly retail traders and investors around the world. Obviously, I don't think anyone's trading off Coinbase at the moment, but meanwhile, Coinbase's standing is higher among US-based institutional investors. Glassnode noted that Binance was the biggest receiver of the Bitcoin inflows during the Musk-led market crash. So majority of that inflow into exchanges actually went to Bitcoin. Actually went to Binance for, more of a trade. But so this is providing further indication that the recent inflows are likely to be driven by both new market entrants, which are panic sellers, and potentially due to capital rotation into other crypto assets. Now, people want to transfer their Bitcoin to Matic. Matic is blowing up, so I want to have some Matic. But overall, I'm gonna cut it right now. On the other hand, Coinbase has logged higher new Bitcoin outflows ever since cryptocurrency broke above the 20K price milestone last year. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
know you're
man.
writing a tweet, man, but this is
I
big.
I
The
am.
trend
Yes.
continued even in the current week, showing that institutional investors were actually absorbing this retail market selling pressure. What they're saying here, man, Coinbase had the biggest outflow from exchanges of Bitcoin ever since Bitcoin actually broke the 20K, man.
From over the counter transactions.
100%, yeah. More
Yeah.
and more
Yeah.
outflows. So it looks like, I don't know. Just keep it in mind, guys.
Yeah, no, I fully think the smart money is buying. Although, again, we are seeing some concerning things. Like if we go
It's
to my
back in
screen
your
here,
chart, yeah.
yeah, I got a thing pulled up here by Crypto Quant here, which is Bitcoin is inflowing into exchanges. So since September, August 2020, the first kind of DeFi mini bull run, Bitcoin has been doing nothing but consistently leaving exchanges, except recently, except May this month. Bitcoin is moving onto exchanges, which is going to reflect the fear we're seeing in the market. So again, I think we're seeing a lot of weak hands get shaken out. Like retail people, they follow trends, right?
Right.
These smart money institutions, they don't follow trends, right? They buy the dips.
Right.
They front run retail, which is unfortunate. And folks, look, if you want to be smart money, follow this channel. We're constantly telling you guys to don't chase pumps, chase dips with projects with solid fundamentals. We've been early and shilled tons of projects from early days of this channel that have gone on to do insane X's, like Matic when we first started talking about it back when it was like a few pennies, under 10 cents.
Right.
So folks, like smash that like button. You got to stay tuned.
Look, man, looks like a lot of the chat actually didn't even know about the China ban, man. A lot of people are asking. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
actually that's what I'm saying, guys. We see something and we'll let you know pretty quick. We'll let you. We always we stay in touch with the whole market, man. So this guy's been really talking about Matic. I wasn't. I'll give you fully credit. I'll give you full credit for it. But yeah, man.
Well, also like Matic surprised me, man. Like I didn't go heavy into Matic because I wish I did, but no one has the force, right. But look, I have a very important point here to add. So Paul Boret says, love your channel all the way from Australia. Appreciate that. Appreciate all of you guys for being here. There's lots to discuss here. Now, interestingly, what are we seeing with Ethereum? Ethereum is not going into exchanges. We're not seeing that same kind of sell off with Ethereum that we're seeing with Bitcoin, which is, I don't know, interesting. I don't know what that tells you, man, but it's kind of an interesting dynamic
Right.
that we're not seeing that same fear with Ethereum. And dude, Ethereum is holding up like somewhat well. Also, like, I don't know if you want to begin transitioning a little bit to Ethereum
That's
here.
fine. Yeah, that's good.
So we've had a 30% correction so far, which is pretty normal. We've also been seeing for like weeks at this point that Ethereum was overextended and that we should expect a correction. There was nothing to be, panicked about. We found support exactly where predicted, $32 to $3,300. So, I mean, look, man, like Ethereum, super bullish long term, but it needed a cool off period, and we could even continue to correct further. And I wouldn't be the least bit worried. Let's say 32 to 33 doesn't hold. I think kind of 2,900 and then 27, 2,800 is probably the next stop with Ethereum.
No, I agree, man. We don't even need to transition to mine. This is actually, I fully agree with your chart. Definitely, those are the levels we should be looking at. And you said something with how like it is actually holding, because I think the whole market besides Bitcoin is just looking at Bitcoin at the moment.
Right.
And people that are holding Ethereum know as much about Bitcoin as they know about Ethereum, 100%. And it's the next big step. So we're checking, hey, look, is Bitcoin going to have another, are we going to find that support or no? Are we going to break back down or no? And I think that's actually driving people holding this. Oh, wow, it's actually above 40. Again, Bitcoin dominance.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so this is a very big deal. We dipped today below 40% Bitcoin dominance. Like, folks, like I can't imagine this going on forever. I really think it's likely than not that Bitcoin could find support here. Although we're actually dumping right now in the short term.
Yeah.
We're correcting quite a lot. So it seems like before this day is over, we're gonna test that 200 exponential moving average on the daily. Look, man, as long as that holds, that 200 EMA holds as support, we're in the clear. If we start to dip below that, bad news bears.
Yes, sir. No, I agree, man. I fully agree.
Yeah.
So what else we got here then? Unless you have that, I know you got a bunch of things you also want to talk about. I know you aped in on a couple of, your little projects you got there. The ones
little. Yes, no, and I am in a few little projects here. So I think I do have maybe a few charts worth mentioning. Not a whole lot pulled up on my end here. Maybe we can even answer some questions if you guys have any questions about the market. Because look, guys, like I think we're both pretty confident in our understanding of how we feel about the state of the bull run. But if you guys have any questions, wishes to clarify anything, let us know. Now, I did want to mention synthetics, because I haven't looked at it recently, but synthetics, one of our Discord members let us know that it was like pumping or breaking out. So I want to take a look at that, because I've been letting our people know the last few live streams that, that synthetics looked very, very interesting, and it does look interesting. So I'm going to start
to the 26 today.
Yeah, but it's not even just that. It's like bullish divergence from it's forming a bull flag, and I'll show you. See, look at this, man. You see my chart here?
Yeah, I'm looking.
This is a goddamn bull flag, bro. This is a bull flag, dude.
100%.
So I think, okay, again, massive impulse, downward moving channel, bullish breakout. So what do we want to see here, right? Do we ape in now? I would say no. I would say we want confirmation, because if we kind of examine synthetics price structure, we're constantly getting rejected off kind of a similar zone here at around $23. We also have a Fib extension level right there, as well as the Fibonacci retracement level right there. So what I would want to see with synthetics is it hold $23. Once this holds $23, dude, like I think we're retesting all-time highs, and I think kind of like my midterm price prediction, $40 to $45 for synthetics.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Man, the whole market's kind of going up, huh? Like altcoin market, like I'm looking at a bunch here. We're looking at Matic, was up at like 45%. One Harmony 31% at the moment. H-Bar 13%. Solana 16%. Helium 14%. So what do you think, man? Those ones that are just...
What's the next move?
Yeah, I mean, like right now, some of these, like SNX right now, for example, looks the same exact as HBR for in terms of the chart, right? H-Bar. Right. And H-Bar looks as well. Like, so we got those ones that are already picking up, but we also got those coins that are trying to break above and actually mimic the price action of Matic, bull flag and then a movement upwards. So yeah, exactly, right there, man. So so we got some stuff here, guys, that we can 100% keep on the radar. But sorry to cut you off. Keep in my mind.
No, please do. There's also some very crypto's moving in such a classic fashion. Like again, for maybe a lot of newer people, crypto can seem overwhelming, unpredictable, highly volatile. But in my opinion, crypto over the long term is actually extremely predictable because crypto has historically always moved in macro and micro cycles. 4-year cycles based off Bitcoin halvings, and then micro cycles
Cipher.
based off the fact that the large caps move first. So Bitcoin runs up, then cools off. What have we seen? Massive run up with Bitcoin, massive correction. Ethereum, massive run up, just starting to have its cool off. And now what are we seeing? The high caps run, some of the mid caps are starting to look interesting, and then we're going to see the low caps. So this is always how crypto will move. Bitcoin will move first, then Ethereum, then the high caps, then the mid caps, and then the low caps. And that's what we're already seeing. Bitcoin ran up, corrected. Ethereum ran up, starting to correct. Large altcoins like Cardano are just starting to pump. Polkadot, Kusama, some other ones are starting to pump. So we're going to see those mid caps and then those low caps start to pump in the near future, in my opinion. So yeah, man, look, H-bar looks very interesting. Bullish divergence from one of our channel lines here, although we're right up against resistance here with this VP Verip under control. So if H-bar gets above and holds 35 cents, we could really, really fly with H-bar.
Definitely.
Also, I just want to add real quick with Usama, and then feel free to jump in and say whatever.
So say whatever you want to say now. I know you got a bunch to say, so go ahead.
No. It's not
I'm
even
just
that.
panic buying stuff right now at the moment.
What are you panic buying? I'm interested.
I would say I was actually joking, but I'm looking heavily into some of those ones we talked about before. So H-bar, obviously now just us looking at it was pretty good. Helium as well.
Interesting.
Chainlink, not so much. I would say XRP is trying to break above big time now. It's
XRP.
Look, man, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is.
I'll lose all respect for you.
I know you would, but it's all good.
No, it's all good. But look, what I do want to add here is I think Kusama is on the verge of like potentially really, really exploding here, jumping to about $700 at least. Because what are we seeing here? All right. Impulse, downward moving channel, bullish breakout, confirmation of the bull trend. This is looking like a bull flag, 100%. But what are we seeing right now? Lots of consolidation above the previous all-time highs. This is reminding me so much of Cardano, where Cardano had a large impulse. It wasn't a bull flag, it wasn't a channel, but it was just an ascending triangle. Either way, it was a consolidation phase after an impulse. And then we broke up bullishly, consolidated above the previous all-time high, and then had a massive impulse, massive run-up after we consolidated a bit above the previous all-time high. Very similar to Kusama. Impulse, consolidation pattern, breakout, and is now consolidating above the previous all-time high. So if Kusama like really starts to rip up and gets a daily candle close above 600, dude, I think we're going to rip up to 700 kind of in the short term. And the more optimistic, like midterm scenario for Kusama is, dude, I think $800 to about 950 is what we're looking at with Kusama.
Just like that.
Dude, I'm very bullish on Kusama. Dude, especially with the parachain auctions. Whenever that happens to start, whether a month from now, 2 months from now, a quarter from now, who knows? Dude, there's going to be so much artificial just demand, and a bunch of supply is going to just all of a sudden leave the market. So what do you think is going to happen, man? When all of a sudden a bunch of supply is leaving and a bunch of demand is artificially generated through kind of the parachain auctions. What do you think could happen in price action? Could you throw out a wild guess?
I would see either like I can imagine like a rocket launch somewhere happening, some major volcano dropping, or something's gonna happen.
Yeah. So look, folks, again, nothing in this market's a guarantee, but Kusama on any dip, I'd be buying. Also, when we dipped over here, I said I'd buy there, and we held support there. So again, folks, we're not. No one's always right all the time, but we're constantly calling. I'd say more often than not, tops, bottoms, price predictions. And of course we're wrong. We're human. We're not right 100% of the time, but I'd probably wager that we're right most of the time.
Right.
So yeah, folks, like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. So man, what looks interesting to you right now? Like, I had a few things on my watch list.
No, I would say you go, because I know you were talking also about Pokedex. There's a bunch of stuff you want to also talk about. There's some interesting stuff happening. So
there is some interesting stuff, but honestly, man, I was thinking about even just saving that for the VIP disc group. So what I would say with that is no, 100%. Because look, folks, we share the good stuff with them. So, there's 51 people watching. If we can get to 45 likes, I'll share with you guys what I'm buying, a new kind of low cap gem.
Sure. Maybe in the meantime, we'll look at the chats also as well, see what the chat is saying.
Yeah, what are people saying here?
China didn't ban holding crypto, just crypto services. 100%, man. That's what we've been saying. Why is Bitcoin dumping so hard? Crypto gods, right?
The crypto coins. Yeah. The gods don't like you and they don't want you to make money.
There we go.
No, look, bull markets, folks, it's not easy to make money. Like you need to really know what you're doing. And markets are designed to shake out weak hands. That's how people win. If everyone makes money, then that's not a market. For people to make money in a market, people have to lose. And oftentimes it's the weak hands. It's retail that phones in at the top and then sells the bottom out of panic and fear. You got to do the opposite of that. You got to buy the peer. And like that's why folks, like when we look at the crypto fear and index, whenever it's this low, I'm excited. I'm buying the dip. Like I cannot get my hands on enough stuff. Like I'm buying the shit out of altcoins right now. And of course, Bitcoin keeps falling. That is concerning. Bitcoin is very precarious. But just to kind of share with you guys my gut feeling, I'm in a long and I'm buying the dip on a lot of shit. So
Yeah, definitely. And I guess a lot of people are actually asking to do just a quick Bitcoin. So we'll just real time Bitcoin analysis right now. Maybe just a quick one, right? And then we'll jump back to your stuff if you're good with that. Because these guys are showing, they're showing you some love, man. There's I think how many? What do we got here? Yeah, we're at 36 likes. So soon enough here, 45 likes starts to roll in. But what do you think here?
Well, yeah. Well, we can talk quickly here about Bitcoin here too. And look, again, if we get to 45 likes, I'll share with you guys that low cap gem. Because the thing is, we're approaching 45 minutes. We want to keep this live stream kind of short and sweet. Get a few things kind of settled on our end here. So if you want, maybe we can just start preparing kind of anything we want to just get off our chest here while we wrap up. But just to share my 2 cents here on Bitcoin is,
yeah.
I think the key thing is that 200 exponential moving average on the daily, which we're currently holding as support. We have in 42 minutes, the daily candle will close in 42 minutes. And if we can hold above that level, which is about 42,200, around 42,000, if we can hold above that exponential moving average, that's a good sign. If we start to break below that, then I start to get worried. But as long as we hold above that thing, I'm in my long. If we start to break below that thing, hey, I got my stop loss right below this EMA. So that's honestly what I'm looking out for with Bitcoin.
There we go. So that's the thing also as well, even from my end, man. Look, I'm looking at the 4 hour right now. So even if you guys want to really like a real time whatever's going on, that real time, low 5 minute chart kind of chart. That's the thing right now. Bitcoin, if you're looking at it, I was even thinking about shorting this literally right before, but as a trade though, right? Not as
yeah,
like
a scalp.
Scalp, not even anything. But we're looking at it right here, right? We're looking at if you're going to the to the 1 minute. I hate going to the 1 minute on the live stream, man. But it is what it is. But this is what's happening right now, guys. We just kind of broke. We had this thing over here, this support. So as we broke below it, looks like it was being really driven by the sellers for selling. You can see exactly where the ceiling is. Bitcoin was pushing all the way to the top, and as soon as we broke below, kind of catalyzed that movement. We went back to retest, and now we've been dropping. So are we gonna have that support again? I think we're gonna have another support. I think we're gonna probably push back up again towards the higher. We're gonna try to go back up to the 43K. But are we going to make it before the end of the day, man? I highly doubt it. I mean, we still have 40 minutes to go. We'll see how that plays out. But again, if that's the case, then like you're saying, if I'm looking at the 200 right now, there's the 200 exponential moving average. We're seeing, we still haven't really fully touched it, I guess. But are we going to find that support at it? We need to see. But so far, even if we're looking down to the 4 hour chart, not crazy signs of support yet. We're just hovering. We're range bound, but mainly I would want to see Bitcoin start to push back up to this. Like this is the range I'm looking at. We're looking at so far, but it looks like we're trying to break below it, and break below it definitely. So we need to see how that plays out, guys. So we still have 40 minutes to go.
Yeah. So what I would just add here with Bitcoin is that I find it very interesting. So we've been looking at Bitcoin for like the last hour, 2 hours here, and Bitcoin's been kind of steadily falling. And I think what's happening right now is that the market understands that we have 40 minutes. We're very soon we're going to get daily candle close, and I don't think buyers are coming into the market until we get that close. And because I think buyers want to see if we close above that EMA, because that's where we've been finding our support. So again, if the next 39 minutes and 36 seconds we hold support here, then I think buyers will be more confident that they can come in here and that won't just dump further.
Yeah.
So if we hold the line, folks, hold the line. Don't sell any Bitcoin for the next 39 minutes. I'm kidding. Don't go after me. Whatever regulatory institution. That's a joke. We don't give financial advice, not investment advice.
Sir.
But look, man, if I was a buyer of Bitcoin, I would want to wait 39 minutes to see how this closes. And if it closes here, I would be more confident that we can hold that support.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of accumulation, even from yesterday, man. Look at that long wick from yesterday, and look, long wicks to the bottom means that we're just accumulating. Although we're falling, people are consistently buying that dip as we move forward, and that's pretty much it, right? So, looks pretty. You know, we just need to see how that plays out. It's a bit early right now to see how it's gonna happen, or are we gonna continue to fall back down to the 40K? We know for a fact that 200K is gonna hold. Yeah, exactly right there, the 42,170. So they'll see how that plays out. Definitely, that's what happens at the end of the day. You know, even the Asian market starts to open up. You'll see a lot of the news starts to really play out when the market at day opening. So we're gonna see a lot of movement happen right now. So don't be too surprised.
Yeah. So here's the thing as well. We're approaching kind of 43 minutes. We might start to wrap up here. But what I would add is, again, we didn't quite get to 45 likes. So I'm not going to share that low cap gem that I just bought into.
They don't like they don't like us.
No, I guess people didn't, people don't want us to keep going. People didn't like that like button. So that's fine. I'm going to, share that with our VIP Discord members. So what I will say in regards to our VIP Discord group is, look, I'm not going to say anything definitive and I'm not going to share details until things are more finalized. But what I will say is that we do plan on bringing changes to our VIP Discord group some point in the near future. And hopefully we'll definitely provide a lot more value. So what I will say with that is, folks, like it pays to get in early. So if you've been sitting on the fence, the early people who got in early will benefit. So folks, if you guys want to join our VIP Discord group, check out down in the description below. You get access through our Patreon. So check that out. So
we're at 49 likes.
We're at 50 likes. So you know what, man? I'll share it with you guys. I'll share it with you guys.
Let them know, man.
I appreciate you guys. Supported us, so I'm gonna hit you back with that love. So this is the low cap gem I just got into, and it's a little bit of a I'm cheating a bit here because I actually don't know the market cap quite just yet. But what I just bought into was PolkaSwap. Folks, with the parachain auctions quickly approaching, I think there's going to be a lot of hype and a lot of excitement behind the Polkadot ecosystem once those parachain auctions get going. They're rumored to begin within a month or two, but nobody really knows for sure. There have to be a few things that happen. It's the parachain auctions are not based off a time thing. It's once Kusama and certain testnets meet certain requirements, so it's not on a strict timeline basis. And again, we posted, I think, in our VIP Discord group today what requirements need to be met for the parachain auctions to begin. So folks, tons of value in our group there, so check that out. Link for that in our Patreon down in the description below. Anyways, folks, there are two major swaps in the Polkadot ecosystem, and look, I'm not a maximalist. I think Polkadot, Cardano could both succeed side by side and do well together. So I think exchanges are obviously a necessary part of any blockchain ecosystem. And so the two biggest exchanges on Polkadot right now are Polkadex and PolkaSwap, and I own both. Because look, man, like exchanges are absolutely necessary. And again, those are the two only ones, from my understanding, of the Polkadot ecosystem. At least the two biggest ones. So look, man, this is down how much from all-time highs? Let's measure it. We're down 40%. So sure, like we could correct further, but for me, this is a long-term hold. I just wanted to get that little bit of exposure. I do believe we're kind of in this downward moving channel, downward moving pennant.
Falling
so
wedge,
we do,
man, this
falling wedge. Look, traders love to come up with fancy names. Bottom line is there's some trend lines we're trending down.
No, what I'm saying is that's actually a bullish pattern, man.
If we break out bullishly,
100%.
Could be. So look, again, we're kind of within the 618. So whenever we fall within the 618, that's where I love to buy. again, for those who don't know, typically speaking, not always after a major pump and a correction, things like to retrace to and like to fall back within what's called the golden pocket, the 62% or 618% retracement. So whenever things fall in here, then I think they have good fundamentals. For me, the 618 is always a great place to dollar cost average. So I've begun to dollar cost average. I believe my entry was like 60 cents. So let's say we do fall back down further, maybe fall back down like 52 cents, kind of the lower bounds of our 618, maybe retest a previous base here, but probably just end up buying more. So again, I'm not in this as a trade. I'm not looking to make gains in the short term. I'm looking to hold this thing, long term, couple months, a quarter or two. So I'm not too concerned with kind of the short term price action. This is just a long term hold for me. I do believe that, as Polkadot continues to mature, exchanges are obviously going to be necessary, and Polkadex and PolkaSwap are the two largest exchanges on the Polkadot ecosystem. So I'm 100% interested in getting some exposure, although not financial advice. Who knows? For some reason, Polkadot could just crash and burn for some reason.
100%. You're gonna show you guys on for 15 minutes, but just so you know, it's 100% volatile market, 100%.
Yeah.
And man, looks pretty interesting. So, what do you think? Like, what should they look into right now once we start? Now they're interested in. They like the price action. They like what you just said. Supply is going down. Things are about to boom. How do we look at this right now? What should they go to maybe familiarize themselves with the project? What kind of wallet do they need? How do they get this?
Very good question. So, first off, in terms of accumulation, for me, I like the golden pocket. Whenever we're in the 618, that's when I feel comfortable accumulating. So again, there's scrupulations, and you could wait for, a breakout and confirmation of bullish trend reversal. So if we get above this white trend line and get above a resistance level, you could wait for further confirmation to even play it safer. So that's another approach. One thing you can do, whenever you want to find where something's listed, whenever you want to find contract addresses, whenever you want to find a project's website, go to CoinGecko, go to CoinMarketCap, look up your project, whether it's PSwap or Polkadex. You look it up, and it gives you tons of kind of the basic information you need to know. The supply, the trading volume, the dominance a lot of the time. And most importantly, it tells you where it's listed, where it's trading. So right now, it's only trading on Uniswap. So this, for the longest time, has actually been out, but not trading. So PolkaSwap was actually out for quite a long time, but you could only get it through some like weird, obscure yield farming on some obscure protocol. But now it's fully trading on Uniswap, so it's much more accessible. This is a new development. I'm not sure when it got listed on Uniswap, but I've been tracking this thing for the longest time, ever since it was like out and about. And this I think is a pretty recent thing, if I'm not mistaken here.
Looks like it.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, folks, look, like you go here to the website, do research there. And again, there's PDEX as well. PDEX has been listed on a bunch of exchanges recently. I got in originally, I think, what was this, like?
Let's give him a second. He's looking at his board.
I have a board.
$10.
$10.75. And look, I say that just to say, I was telling our VIP Discord members when I got in, and so like again, we're not always right. I'm confident in my understanding of technical analysis, and technical analysis gives you an understanding of what's probable, what's more probable, and what's less probable. So nobody knows anything for sure. I don't know anything for sure. I could be wrong. Whenever I say something, I think this is going there, I could be wrong. But like, I think this had solid fundamentals and it looked promising. And I literally bought, I think, pretty close to the exact bottom when this thing came out. And it, for whoever was following our VIP Discord group, they could have gotten in at, like I'm saying, like $10.75 or something. So folks, like our VIP Discord group pays for itself. Any one of our calls pays for itself. By the way, man, just before we wrap up here, because again, I don't want to continue bragging for the sake of bragging, but I'm bragging for the sake of shilling our group, because we just constantly write again and again and again. I've been calling every single bottom with Audius. Like, I got our members in. I was telling, like, again, it's up to them what they do, but I was letting our folks know, hey guys, look, I love Audius. We're on the 100 email on the daily here. I'm buying in right now. I'm placing buy orders at $1.55. There's screenshots. If you guys join, you can check it out. That was the bottom. Here again, I bought for myself at $1.70. We're doing a 1K to 10K challenge. I bought at $1.80, and I was letting our VIP Discord members know I thought this was a good place to be buying. It's getting that 100 EMA on the daily. And again, that was the bottom again. So we've been doing nothing but calling bottoms, calling price targets, calling breakouts, folks, like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon, notified new uploads. And if you want to join our VIP Discord group, again, you get access through our Patreon. Link for that down in the description below. And again, we're going to be hint, nudge, nudge. We're not gonna say details until things are finalized, but we will be making changes, and the people that got in early will benefit from being in early. So hint, nudge, nudge.
That's all we're saying, man.
That's all we're saying.
Johnny Vo, I want to join the Discord. You're more than welcome to, man.
Yeah, 100%. Link down in the description below.
100%. We got the link in the description. Just join that up and check it out. But look, man, I got one last thing, man. I got this chart. Forget about fundamentals.
Please.
Who cares about fundamentals?
Who cares?
Fundamentals. Who cares about that? Look, man. Today I had a bit of a bad day, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right.
Because look, this is where my alarm was at, right? And I'll show you guys. Where is it at? Breaking above. Get in, right? This is for SLP, USDT. I'm like, as soon as we break above this. And I ignored it, man. I just ignored it.
Small up. Yeah, you were following this thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Look at this. I was just waiting. Literally, exactly. This is where my alarm is at. The alert is at the 22 cent. And this actually happened yesterday, man. Well, and, you know, it is what it is. But this thing went up 46%. And it was just us looking at the charts. I have no clue what this thing does. All I know is it's on BANS and SLP. And that's what we're saying. Guys, we talked about it on the live stream as well. And we're trying to get to a point where this live stream is going to be, you know, more and more targeted, right? Obviously, we're going to have a lot more schedule incorporated into it and give it a lot more thought to what we can actually bring you. But, you know, a lot of this to me right now, it broke up, coming back down to retest, and I think it could easily come back up. So I think, you know, right now it's looking for that support at the 22 cent, and I think we can easily look something again somewhere where it's like close to 50 to 60%, you know, gain on it if we're looking for some sort of a swing trade. This would have been a swing trade for me. Definitely would have stayed in for a couple of days, but this is what we're looking at, man. We're calling things good, not to brag. I'm not bragging. We're not bragging, but we're just letting you know.
I'm bragging.
I know. I know you are, but that's what we're saying. We want to help you, right? And that's what we're saying. This we put this way back. He was talking about Matic way back. We're talking about synthetics way back. Same thing, audience, and we just try to pick whatever is actually best for you. And a lot of those times, people on the live stream, people on the Discord, give us those good picks. Tell us, hey, can you check this out? We check it out. I'm like, oh, hold on, this looks really good. And guys, if you're swing trading some of these things, or just you know, could be a lot of gains for you overall, man. So
one thing I would add with your chart there is, dude, you might not even have missed this call. Like, we're in an ascending channel.
Support, man. So
we had a correction. We're hovering above those previous highs. This could potentially be a great entry as long as we hold right where we're at right now.
That's what I'm thinking. Look, guys, you know, like, apologies for going to lower time frames, but I just like to go to lower time frames. We like to go to lower time frames to identify, you know, because you got to be a sniper when it comes to these entries. We always like to actually come in at the lowest price possible. If we're going somewhere to support, right, we're going somewhere to support. We've been, you know, we hit that, you know, resistance at the top. We know we're heading to support. I want to buy it, not when it's starting to like get green. I want to buy it when it's like really pushing to the bottom and it's like really overextending. Then boom, hit that, you know, just hit that buy button. So right now we go to actual lower time frames and we identify a range. Right now I'm looking at a range right now somewhere close to, I would say, the 24.9, maybe the 25 cent region. And we know where the support is right now here, right? Now it looks like we've been really downtrending. So we'll see how that breakout happens. But I think on a smaller scale, man, this could be where it's set on those 5 and 10 minute charts. And yeah, man, I think I might be looking at something, you know, to get in here.
That's an interesting trade. Like, if you can even like get in now, like what you were just having a conversation with each other right now. I'm not telling you guys to FOMO, but and place like a tight stop loss below that like white trend line.
Yeah,
this could potentially be very interesting as long as we hold. Like, if we start to make new lower lows here and break down from that trend line and support, then that's, you know, then it's not interesting. But as long as we hold pretty much around where we're at right now, again, we're in that lower bounds of our channel. We're hovering above those previous highs. We're clearly seeing macro bullish divergence. As long as we hold here, this could be a great buy the dip opportunity 100%. For like a swing trade.
100%, man. And that's the thing, guys. We have this 10K challenge. I haven't been, you know, fully involved in it at the moment because some, you know, personal things. Just we're moving. There's a lot going on, but Brendan's been killing it. That's for sure. Am I feeling jealous? 100%. Am I feeling like I'm missing out? 100%. But you guys need to stay tuned for whatever's going on here. And yeah, at one point, whatever's going on, you'll probably have like a good, 6, 7, 8 charts that you should be looking at as well, and we'll 100% notify you once we're in, and once those price levels are actually reached, and alarms are, alarms keep ringing here. So we'll see.
Yeah, but also, dude, like, there's just to share some wisdom with the people. You do not want to force a trade. Like, there's nothing wrong with sitting on the sidelines, waiting for something that looks very good, that you can get in at the right timing, because like timing is very, very key. Well, timing is pretty much everything when it comes to trading. So you don't want to force trades. Wait for something to break out. Wait for some confirmation of a bullish trend reversal. There's nothing wrong with waiting on the sidelines and being very selective and trying to find kind of like the highest probability setup. So definitely nothing wrong with that.
Yes,
Also,
sir.
I would just add, because I did see something in the comments that I really feels worth mentioning here. So uh, Dark McDizzle says, "Why pay for?" No, this is worth addressing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
why Dank McDizzle says, "Why pay for coin calls? Other channels are free." Well, first off, this channel is free. This channel is perfectly free. We talk about almost all our trades, our macro trades, the factors we consider, price targets, support and resistance, all the good stuff. The VIP group just generally gets things earlier, just because it's much faster to type something out in our group than start a live stream where we have to make a thumbnail, title. It just takes so much. It's just so much quicker to say, hey guys, I'm buying this at this price, support and resistance. This is a breakout target. So our VIP disc group just generally gets things faster, but we pretty much talk about all our trades on our live streams, all for free. So like, again, with Audis here, with our 1K to 10K challenge, anytime we do anything, we'll let you guys know. Like, for example, we let you guys know on the live stream, I bought into Audius live on one of our previous live streams at $1.80. So, again, the vast majority of our stuff is free. The VIP members group just get things earlier generally.
100%. That's the thing. We're not even trying to sell it. It's just saying, we're building a nice community. We'd just like you to be a part of it. That's pretty much it, man. So that's where we're sitting at right now. But yeah, again, Alexander, that sounds awesome about having a more consistent live stream schedule, and we can all follow along with your trades, setting proper stop losses, and taking profit as targets. Timing and patience for sure. Yeah, no, we agree. We agree. That's the thing. We just want to share with you. And look, that's what we always say. We always say the same thing. This can fall tomorrow, and a lot of people won't tell you that. And there's a bunch of people out there that'll always just make it sound like you're gonna make $1 million tomorrow, and this is not what this is. It. We want to make sure you have a logical perspective on the market. We want you to know what your risk to reward ratio is, what your risk management should look like, and how to actually navigate crazy moves like this in the market without having to lose so much money. You don't have to lose 30, 40, 50% of your portfolio. It's just some wisdom that we'd always like to share, and that's why we even started the channel before, man. Just to kind of share our thoughts. We like it. It's fun. That's pretty much it. And at one point we thought it definitely has some sort of value to it. So we want people to appreciate it a bit more. And that's where we're at. Johnny, how do I join the VIP? It's in the description below. There's a link to the Discord. To the Patreon. You sign up on Patreon, and right away it syncs your Patreon. There's also a guide. We have a step-by-step guide that we have there. But link for the Patreon is in the description, and it would take you there. It shows you how to sync Patreon to Discord, and then you'll have that access on the VIP. So,
I know we keep saying last words here, but real last words is, first off, thank you all you guys for being here. We genuinely love sharing our opinions. We hope that if you guys watch these live streams, you guys can hear the factors we consider and grow to be more confident investors yourselves. Also, if you want to follow along with us with our 1K to 10K challenge, download the channel sponsor Atani, because we're using Atani literally live on the live streams. Whenever we buy and sell anything for our 1K to 10K challenge, we're going to be doing it on Atani, because for those who don't know, Atani is an exchange aggregator. So instead of us having to sign into a dozen different exchanges every time we want to place a trade with some obscure coin, with Atani, you just connect all your exchanges through Atani, and you trade, you buy and sell all through one dashboard. They have tutorials on their website, 1 minute, 2 minutes. It's extremely easy to connect your exchanges to Atani. And also, if you're making money in crypto, Once it's time to do taxes, you literally just print a button. Atani will print out a form for you, and then all your tax woes are solved. And that usually
Who likes
costs
doing taxes, man? No
yeah,
one likes it.
no, and it usually costs hundreds of dollars, dude. There's services where you have to pay like hundreds of dollars to do your taxes. Atani, it's free.
Right.
So yeah, also Atani is free, by the way. They have a paid version, but it's free. So I mean, again, that's what we're using for our challenge. If you want to follow along, down in the description below, Atani. We love Atani a lot. So look,
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I was just saying, like, if you want to make your life easier, if you like us, check out Atani down in the description below.
Boom, boom, boom. It's like they're paying you, huh?
They are paying us. They are the channel sponsor. If that wasn't like very clear.
100%.
Yeah.
Some of the chats, man, pretty nice. Awesome. Thanks, guys. SN, great work, guys. The videos are appreciated. Thank you. Taj Fabrication, been learning so much from you too. Thanks for doing these. Most likely gonna join the Patreon soon. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for being part of this. Alexandra Pavlovich, hope I got that right. Thanks as always, guys. I hit the like button now before I even start listening because I know you're awesome. Man, I'm blushing right now.
No, you guys are awesome. We're motivated to be. If we can be half as awesome as you guys, then that's a good thing. That's what I aim for,
yes,
at least.
Sir. Ben as well. This has become my favorite channel. What else we got here? Can you put that app in the description so I can go to it? Yes, you'll see it in the description for this one as well, I believe. Or
I'll add it.
Yeah, we'll add it right away. And then again, happy to be subscribed. You have saved and made me money. Thanks. Keep the news, your perspective coming. And yeah, bro.
Yeah, and look, here's the thing. I would add this too, like bull market or bear market. We love crypto. We understand that it's here to stay. And so, this is what we do all the time. So folks, stick around with this channel, stick around on crypto. Like, let's say Bitcoin just goes to shit. Well, we understand that crypto moves in cycles. And historically, the times which things are falling the most and the market's in the greatest fear have historically been the best times to get in. So, I mean, stick with this channel, stick with crypto, bull market, bear market, because while people can make money in a bull market, the most money is made in a bear market. So stick around with this channel. Don't forget, us in crypto if things go down, because we're sticking through this bear market. And I honestly cannot wait because oh my God, there's going to be so much goddamn opportunity in the bear market. So folks, stick around.
Yes, sir. And
that's it for me.
Hey, man, one last thing. We're going to end this literally in a minute, okay? Polkadot Spirit Chain launch phase begins. This just came out.
Oh, where? You got to post that. Send me that.
It. Don't even worry about it, guys.
No. We can't end on that. We can't end on that. What's going on?
It's I don't even know. I have it on my screen if you're.
Okay, yeah, like show it or like send it, like text it to me or like just send it to me in some fashion.
All right, man.
What does it say? Do we say?
Polkadot Spirit Chain launch phase begins. Testing methodology, creation of Spirit Chain with groundbreaking. Sure. Polkadot scaling vision. Scaling has. Oh, it's actually a very quick one. So Gavin Wood has announced that Polkadot's Kusama Canary Chain is now ready to launch Spirit Chains as well as Spirit Chain slot auctions and crowd loans. So we're gonna check what Gavin Wood has to say after this and then update the people, man, I guess.
Oh man, I know we're trying to wrap up, but there's so many. Okay, no, I know, because we can go on for hours. Let's wrap up here. There's a lot to talk about. Make sure you stay tuned for the next live stream, folks. We're going to be talking about parachains. We're going to be talking about Kusama. We're going to be talking about low cap gems within the ecosystem. Join our Discord. Join our again, there's plenty of free resources in our regular Discord group, by the way. So just join our regular Discord, become a Patreon member, get access to our VIP Discord group that way. Download Atani, go download Atani. There's a link down in the comments. There's a link in the description. Exchange aggregator. That's what we're using to do this 1K to 10K challenge and also to do taxes. So make sure you check out Atani. And thank you so much for watching. I'll wrap it up with this from me. Appreciate all of you folks. Until next time, take care.
Thanks, guys, for helping me improve my TI understanding and accurate calls. Just found you yesterday and joined the Discord. Boom. Love you too, man. Have a great day, guys.